streaming. Start streaming. I'm going for that like boomerang thing that you get if you hover over a video. I'm trying to get I'm trying. We can't ever get a good thumbnail, so I'm going straight for the like. I want the boomerang effect when you're hovering over a YouTube video on like certain apps and it plays like the 3-second loop.
Right.
Yeah. We can't even get a thumbnail. I just figure I'm going to go straight for the next level.
Okay.
Of like
next level.
Trying to plug in a good thing.
Yeah.
Get those clicks.
Hey, we're live.
Yeah, I know we are.
Fucking A, sweet.
I'm sure the second I turned away to see what was going on is when it decided to do the screen grab, for sure.
Guaranteed.
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 And paste and cut.
Chuck's staring straight at it.
And tweet.
I am looking away, because of course I am. It's horrible. It's just horrible. I can't believe these things happen this way. Hey guys, sound is off at the moment.
Ah,
Robert.
shit. That's because Ob's got an update. Really? It shouldn't be. All right. Well,
Robert, can you hear us?
well, no. I mean, normally what I look at when it doesn't work is going.
Mic check.
Why would we not have audio?
Mic check.
Why would we not have audio?
She showed me her Hooters. Hooters.
Did you tweet it? Oh, there's that tweet.
Everybody come tune in and not hear us.
Retweet.
Oh, tweet.
Retweet.
Are you? Huh. You really should. Hold on.
Okay, on now, he says.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Hey.
change anything.
Hey, welcome
Hey. Glad you can hear us.
I didn't change anything.
Ah!
Wow.
Well, I mean, I tweaked the volume slider,
Yeah, you
a
did.
little, so
Little
maybe
bit.
it just kicked it into working.
I love when you tweak it just a little.
Tweak that slider.
I mean, I was just like, well, we're coming in a little low. Like, this should be hot. Like, hot. Yeah, like, that should be just peaking at
Hot mic.
Hot.
Hot.
I usually
Hot.
do these things before we start recording because I didn't want people to punch their fucking phones into the atmosphere.
I do.
Hot.
If you're listening right now, punch your phone into the fucking atmosphere. Do it for me.
Yeah.
I've tried, Chuck.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
Well, I'd like a
The
national
only thing that can be hurled into the atmosphere is an
Xbox
old
360.
Xbox 360.
Yeah. Well, that's because it's like a slingshot, like the Enterprise. It's called a 360 because if you hit the curvature of the Earth just right, it can just circle out until it launches
Hell
into the
yeah.
sun. It's sort of like skipping on the atmosphere. It's like a skipping stone with your old Xbox. But it
Yes.
just 360s around the Earth until it slingshots into the sun. Back in time.
I wonder if it's made it yet.
time.
No, on its way.
Well, it depends. Like how fast.
Would it be gaining speed?
No.
No.
If anything,
So it would just
if
it would hit
anything,
a certain speed and then just continue.
Well, yeah, that's inertia. But I mean, you know,
Probably got knocked off course by this point. Something hit it.
yeah.
Nah, dude, I aimed
Well, I mean,
directly
okay,
for the
actually,
sun.
yes, it would be gaining speed because it's going towards the sun. Ergo, the
gravity.
would take into account. But if it were just space, it would.
But it
just,
probably still hasn't made it yet.
No.
I mean, it's only been 8 years.
No, it takes a while.
Yeah, I mean, speed of light, 8 minutes, but you know.
How long did it take us to get to Mars?
6 months. Right.
I don't
6
know.
months.
No, longer than
Oh.
that because we got to put people to sleep.
I thought it was only like 6 months.
No.
Okay.
I don't remember the Martian they talked about it. Was it
Well,
like
how
he was?
fast did-
Didn't he have to last for 3.5 years, something like that?
Yeah, but like the rover got there quick. The rover got there in less than a year.
Really?
That's what I mean.
So we figured
Why
it
would
out.
we get the rover there faster? Than
Probably
we could get
because
people
humans
there?
would break apart if we went that fast.
No.
Yeah.
We have,
No.
not, we have
No.
not invented a speed fast enough to break us
Yeah.
apart yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that we know of.
I don't know.
Dude, don't be afraid of spaghettification.
Yeah, I don't
Don't
want
fear it.
to turn inside out.
Yeah.
You have to wake up.
Hey,
and
welcome
then,
to the Science Cast.
Yeah.
Where none of us know
Then you wake up a lady.
what we're talking about, perhaps.
Hey, I've watched a lot of science movies.
It's true. Yeah.
Science movies.
Yeah.
We watch science.
Some
movies.
have fiction in them.
Nah.
No.
No, it's all just straight science.
No, you don't see. If you can make a dividing plot point at any point in the movie, that point it's called a plot hole.
Oh.
So if any time a character makes a decision and you're like, that's not the decision I would make, plot hole. Yeah. So really, sliding doors, biggest plot hole in a movie ever.
Nope. There are actual doors that slide. That's a real thing.
No, it's a huge plot hole because like, then it's just like nothing but plot holes after that.
No.
Yeah. Bonus content here.
Yeah.
I watched Alien.
Okay.
Again, as I want to do.
Congratulations. Sure.
But
You know,
like,
was
I
that
just
a Gwyneth Paltrow like goop reference?
no. But I was just thinking of like plot holes, and that
Okay.
movie, like, that script is so polished because every single thing that you could be like, well, that's fucking stupid. Why they do that? Like, it's addressed exactly. You know, like literally every fuck up they have is addressed in some way or another. Where it's like, well,
Yeah.
that's why this happened.
Yeah.
You know, like you could just sit there and try and nitpick the movie. And you're like, nope, nope. They got greedy. Yep. The science officer let him in because that's what he wanted to happen. You know, like just everything about it is like one of those where like everybody read the script and said, all right, nitpick the shit out of this. And they said, okay. And then they said, all right, let's address that. And
It's like Die Hard. It's like everyone thought their shit, and then every ripoff that came after it was like, we don't have to worry about that stuff.
yeah.
They got it right the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Which version? I mean,
I watched both.
no. I mean, in the Bill is asking what happened to Dallas. Well, I mean, are you asking whether you watched the director's cut or not? Because that's
Oh,
watched-
that's
I've
the
watched
real
both.
Dallas connection.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
I mean, either way, the same thing happened. It's just whether or not you see him go, "Kill me."
yeah.
Yeah.
What's interesting is they actually, like, the way it's reworked, it still is only like a 9-minute sequence from when she starts the thing to when she actually escapes. And they somehow time it still where it all works out and it doesn't feel like you lost anything. And it's weird. Like I'm assuming it's just less lingering shots. You know, I don't.
Wait, this is a new reworking of the director's cut?
No, just the director's cut version versus the theatrical release.
Okay. Which
because
I've never liked, but okay.
Yeah,
It just breaks the flow.
yeah, it does. It very much does because like
He doesn't like it either, so.
yeah, and it's weird like where they place it because they should have put it before it comes for Lambert and Parker because that way there's not that fuck I've got to get the fuck out of here feeling.
Right.
You know, and they for some reason they place it after that happens. And then it's like, well, this is stupid. You know, it's like you would not waste this time. Like, you know, you're done.
Speaking of stupid questions for stupid things and stupid phrases, is that where Save the Cat comes from? Do you know this? script
Probably
thing?
not.
Okay. I've been wondering that, but I've not had the cognitive capacity or caring to actually look it up. Yeah. I mean, it's just like one of those things I keep hearing, you know, talking about script types and stuff, and it's like, or whatever, tricks for writing movies. And I
mean,
like,
it could be, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I was trying to think of like I mean, usually those kind of things are like, well, we took, you know, like I'm surprised there's not a script writing book called like, you know, Lone Pine, you know, or something like where it's just like, yeah, you know, take a thing from a well-known near perfect script and be like, well, this is how you do it, and we'll break it down. And so I'm just saying, Alien seems like a candidate for like, yeah, let's dissect why this is a perfect script and, you know,
Well, yeah,
how to
and
copy it.
And her going like when she goes to the control room basically to get the cat as well as
Yeah,
leave.
I know she's not really there to save the cat. But
it
she
just
does.
happens.
But she takes that beat. Where I mean, maybe for all I know, that's what it means. Is like you can't have a character make a decision that the audience wouldn't make. Where it's like, do I take 3 extra seconds and save the cat? You know, like,
Yeah.
You know,
Well, and that's the thing is it speaks to personality where it's like I'm not just going to let this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to let this
I don't want
creature die.
I don't
It
want
didn't
an
deserve any of
adorable,
this.
you know, furry xenomorph walking around this ship.
Yeah.
Because
Well, and it's also a really good fake out when you think about the fact that, you know, you didn't know then watching the first time that she's the one who's supposed to survive.
oh yeah, absolutely.
You know,
No,
and it's an awesome fake out because she goes solo and you're like, "Oh, she's fucking done."
absolutely.
And then it comes for the other pair instead. So.
Yep. Yeah, I mean it's among my biggest regrets of like I don't remember when I first saw Alien. It just like I feel like I've always known it, and so I don't remember like and clearly I was watching it post Ghostbusters too. So like I didn't have that 1979 like I don't know who Sigourney Weaver is, you know, thing, you know, like the Janet Leigh thing in Psycho. You know, it's like yeah, you don't have that experience after the fact because you're you know. I just remember like people trying to tell like in that they're like yeah you're going to see a movie it's like it's got Julie, well, whatever, not Julie Roberts is in the Unbreakable Star anymore, whatever. It's got, Margot Robbie and like somebody you've never heard of, and it's like Margot Robbie's the one that's going to die, and the rest of the movie is going to follow this other person, and like people are like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, executive decision.
Yeah.
Except Kurt Russell's way cooler than Steven Seagal, so bad
1,000%
example.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it
But
is
still,
interesting.
you don't expect Seagal to die.
Right.
Yeah, like part of why I watched it is the guys at TVGP. They do a show called Critical Misses, where Boston has like seen not many movies at all, and Moon has seen a bunch of them, and so it's kind of like it becomes a case of, all right, well, we're going to watch this series, and this is the first time he's watched it, but Moon knows it intimately. So it's kind of like us with Who, but like he had never seen any of the Alien movies, and I was like, okay, well, I voted for that one over Mad Max, but the Ash thing, he had no idea.
Oh yeah. Why would you?
Yeah, so he said his note was like, holy fuck, they just knocked this dude's head off. Like, he had no idea that was coming.
Yes.
Well, I mean, in the first one, they barely mention that there's. I mean, you don't think that there's even. Do they even
No,
mention
they
that
never
there's-
bring
don't-
it up.
they
Yeah,
never
don't.
mention
They
it.
never bring it up.
Not even mentioned. They're
Okay.
like, holy shit, this dude's an android.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking robot.
But it's like, like there's no way not to know that she's the one who survives at this point.
Oh, sure.
Like,
Well, yeah,
I mean,
because
you've seen the cast of any of the other
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
it's like, oh, she's in this one.
Also, just
yeah, because the first
being
time I had
alive.
seen it, Aliens was already out. So it's like, oh, I guess she's the one who lives, But still. Anyway, podcast.
Dallas. Still recording.
Why would I have stopped?
I'm just making sure.
All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
BMFcast.
Episode 506.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah, sure.
I guess I usually
a
say
lot.
like 506, so it doesn't sound as much.
No,
When I say 506, it's like, holy shit.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
Man.
What the hell are we doing?
That is a lot.
It is a lot.
When you suddenly think about it, it's like, wait a minute, that's a lot
It's
of movies.
a lot of movies, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm Harlow,
I'm Mackie.
I'm Chuck.
and well, we are without BJ this week. But what we do each and every episode, regardless of his attendance or not, is we go and we watch ourselves a quote unquote bad movie. Then we come here and talk about it, and then they get ratings. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Robot
Robot
I'm
Jocks.
still trying to work out the sec. They're taking
You're
the
fine.
one line out.
You're
You're
good.
fine.
No,
You're
I'm just
good.
saying.
It was
I
nailed
listen,
until you said it.
I don't have a scene. It doesn't feel seamless yet.
It was perfectly fine.
fine. Anyway,
You blew it.
yeah, I know. You blew it. However, bad movies, just like they blew their chance at making a movie. They get 1 to 5 bags and giant bags of trash.
Boo.
Junk.
Gross.
I mean,
Get
I guess
'em
they
out.
made a movie. It's just not a good one. And we
Toss
don't
them in the
recommend it.
bin.
Anyone can
I'm just
make a
saying,
movie.
like when a movie for us is in bags territory, there's very little going on in the way of redemption.
It's boring.
generally speaking.
A movie with bags is either highly offensive or boring.
Right. Yeah.
Or both.
Yeah.
Or both. Yeah, that's the worst kind.
Yeah, that is absolutely the worst guy.
So yeah, we have trekked back into Sedaris country. We have just taken a stroll.
This is our longest Sedaris break, isn't it?
Pretty long. This
The
was-
pandemic kind of.
Yeah, that was part of it.
Attributed to
but
that,
over
but-
a year and a half, almost 2 years since we watched the last one.
Yeah. So we watched the Dallas Connection,
Yes,
which is the
we did.
That's not a question. The question was about to be that this is the second and last of the Junior Sedaris
Correct.
movies.
Christian Drew Sedaris
Right.
finale.
And Andy's back.
Andy
if
came
we,
back
if we
and
do more, which I'm
His
sure
son
we will.
never worked.
Yeah,
again.
he did End Me Gold, the last one.
Yes, which also took place in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Why?
Yeah. So as per usual,
Literally the same location.
Yeah.
as per usual, attempting to follow the plot blow by blow in a Sedaris movie is going to be difficult.
Okay, I'm going to say this about
Okay.
this one.
All right.
Because the last one, like, I'm still sitting here remembering Enemy Gold, which was Confederate soldiers stole some gold, hid it in the woods, and then people came across it later. Hijinks ensue.
Right.
This one has a plot, and man, as soon as they said it, I was just like, what? And
I think I got it. If you want me to take a stab at it,
if you could describe the plot in a few sentences, I
Okay.
would love to hear it.
there are 4 microchips
Microchips.
that are part of a possibly a defense and or offensive satellite system. I'm not entirely sure. They call it the lacrosse system, and it's part of this organization called IWAR, which is
IWAR.
basically the international weapons. Basically, like let's get rid of all the nukes, people. You know,
It's the Superman 4 of
right
of things.
of government organizations, cross government organizations, because this is an international thing. So there are these 4 microchips that are essential to this thing's function.
Yeah.
They're the MacGuffin of the movie. Clearly, they are from 4 different places on the planet.
Correct.
And they spend the first 20 to 30 minutes of the movie establishing the places that these chips come from, and there are various hit women who are out to kill the scientists who have these chips and take them. Hit ladies, hit men, hit people.
Hit women.
Assassins. How about that? Assassins is gender neutral. There we go.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes, and they're more like assassins because it's just ladies in like clothes that they should be wearing. They're not the least bit tactical in any way, shape, or form. I mean,
No.
in the one case where distraction is a part of the thing for some reason, I suppose it works. But this seems to be a strange service that
It works on every person they target.
well, I mean, okay, so this seems to be a strange service where it's like, let's humiliate and then kill the target, not just kill them to accomplish mission. It's like, we got to, like,
Well,
take
that
video of it.
seems more like Black Widow's MO. The other ones are kind of...
But they're all, like, filming it, and, I mean, there's no reason for, I'm trying to remember. Black Widow is Julie Strain.
Yes.
Yeah, should we go over the cast
Yeah, let's
real
go over
quick?
the cast real fast before
Yeah,
we get to
because Bruce Penhall, same character as Enemy Gold, different character in literally 6 other Sedaris movies.
Yep.
Was he related to the Sedarises, or were they just like, dude?
He's a blonde
'Cause-
ex-former athlete guy who
Was
looks...
he ever in anything else? Or was it just these movies?
I'm sure he was in other things around this time, but nothing we've seen, so therefore I didn't pay much attention.
Yeah, and his buddy Mark Barriere, not
More like
Derriere,
Mark
Barriere.
Derriere.
Same character as Enemy Gold, a different character in Fit to Kill.
Fit to kill.
Yeah. Julie Strain, who we very recent episode, Battle Queen 2020.
Yes, only a few episodes back.
Yeah, it was just a few BMFcasts ago that we were in here watching Julie Strain's Hooters
yeah,
in Battle
at
Queen
the beginning of
2020.
2020.
Yeah, but she's going to keep showing up in Sedaris movies.
Yes.
She was in the intro with Andy Sedaris as well, which we watched on the Blu-ray.
We did, yeah.
And Julie Strain is always in character, is what we realized.
Yes.
Julie Strain is always playing Julie Strain.
Julie Strain is what you get. Like,
Yeah.
if you encountered Julie Strain.
Yep. Rodrigo
Obregon.
Obregon from La Wars.
Yeah,
and
he was in La
7
Wars.
different Sedaris characters.
Yes, 7 different...
I think he's died every time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'd bring him back as the same guy.
Yeah. First appearance here for Samantha Phillips, at least in the Sedaris verse.
Mm-hmm.
She was also in Dolman and Weekend at Bernie's 2. I do not remember her from Weekend
Which
at
one
Bernie's
is
2.
she?
She's the agent. She's the
Okay.
one
the
who's
raspy voice.
the one who's working
Yeah.
out, and then it's like time to go, and takes off her
Yeah,
top.
the new Donna,
Yes.
because
Yes.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
Kinda.
2-pack a day smoker,
Right.
and
Yeah.
rock hard.
We'll say with this one, it's way more focused on the bad guys than the good guys in this one.
Yes, because they're all ladies.
Yeah,
The
but
good
it's
guys,
it's
the
like
good guys don't even show up till like 35, 40 minutes into this thing.
But I mean, like you think about like Donna being like those
yeah.
first 4 being all about Donna
Yeah.
all the time.
yeah,
Yeah.
And now they're like, no, we don't even care. Like we could not give less of a shit
No.
Yeah.
about the actual good lady.
nope.
And then there's Julie K. Smith, ton of B movie credits,
Yes.
ton of Wynorski credits. But for us, it's Disorderlies and Manklers. She was in Manklers.
Yes.
And then there's Gerald Okamura from Samurai Cop and Fit to Kill, and then a bunch of other appearances and stuff.
Yep.
If you see a picture of him, you will know who he is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was the professor, was that a wrestling persona of his, or why do I know that?
It's
about-
you're thinking of a different.
Is
guy.
it a different guy?
Professor
Yeah.
Tagawa.
I thought it was the same dude. No,
No, different
Okay.
guy.
Wow.
They have probably been in movies together, but
Well, did this dude ever do wrestling? I only say that because like a lot of his the stuff he was doing was very wrestling esque.
I think this guy has been in movies where they needed a wrestler. Like if you need a guy who looks like he might be a wrestler,
Sure.
but not actual wrestling.
No, I just mean like a lot of his like stunt moves were like predicated with slaps, which are usually indicators of like I'm about to do this.
Right.
You know, like I mean, it just a lot of it looked like wrestling moves.
Yes.
Anyways, so whatever. Any other casts, or should I jump back? to the plot?
Now we can jump back in,
Okay.
but we'll say, and there's another lady who's introduced, because
Oh, Scorpion.
yeah,
Wendy
because
Hamilton.
Julie K. Smith is Cobra, one of the assassins.
Yeah.
Julie Strain is Black Widow.
Yes.
Yep, and the other one is Scorpion.
Yes.
And I don't know if she comes back for more Sedaris
She
stuff.
does not.
So she just showed up for this one. And that was
She
that.
started in '94 and retired in '95.
Okay.
So
Okay.
she'd had enough.
Yeah. But
It
so,
soured her on the biz.
so there are these ladies that are trying to kill these scientists and take the chips, but they seem to want to toy with their prey first because, I mean, Julie Strain's thing is like, all right, I'm a dominatrix and I'm gonna, fuck you and then shoot you in the head.
That's
And
just Julie Strain.
the other one, what does she? Oh, she's the RV vehicle person, or the RC vehicle person, not RV.
Yes.
RV's totally
Cobra,
different.
Julie Smith,
Yes,
is the one
RC
who
car
has the
person.
toys
Yeah.
that are
Julie Strain
what
has
we-
a different kind of toys. She
Yes.
has the actual toys
right.
that you
Julie
would give to
Strain
children.
has the Doc Johnson toys. Julie Smith has the Radio Shack toys.
Right. And then the last one, I don't know what her specialty is, but except
She has
for,
short hair.
She has short hair and long legs and doesn't wear much. But I mean, that's all of them really.
She will sting you with her ass.
Sure. but I'm just saying, like, there's a
Sure. She doesn't really have a shtick.
there's a lot of like setup to these kills, not just like establishing the locations that you're at, because like the Africa one was just, or South Africa, I mean it's all a part of Africa, but it was like, it was getting annoying at a point because it was just like, yes, here are all of the animals that may possibly live somewhere in Africa.
Right. Well, so the movie starts with a title card, The Dallas Connection, and then slams to Paris, France.
Yep.
Yes.
The first thing you fucking see is the Eiffel Tower. You're like, what the fuck?
That's
so
in,
Oh, yeah.
Paris, Texas.
it's not though.
Oh,
So they establish Paris, and then that's when Julie Strain kills her dude. That happens in Paris, and then we go to South Africa,
Right.
and that's the annoying. That's the
Right.
worst of all the establishing things because that is a ton of stock footage of wildlife,
Yep.
Yep.
and it's like, okay, we get it.
and it's all
I
just,
believe you, even though this ranch you're about to go to is totally not in South Africa. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know why the scientist dude lives on a ranch. He's also German, I think.
I think he was trying to do a South African accent,
But I mean, like, his henchman was named Hans, and they kept saying Frau for about his wife.
maybe.
I'm just saying, like,
Maybe.
why the hell did you go to South Africa to live on a ranch to be a fucking computer chip scientist? Like,
Hey man,
none of this
look,
makes
if that's your
who
question
knows?
that you walk away from the Dallas Connection.
just asking. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, let's just put it this way: like, Germans are very good at precision. Like, if you want other engineers to work on your computer chip, you can call lots of Germans. I'm just thinking you're gonna have a harder time finding clean, precise conditions in this hut in South Africa. Is all I'm saying.
It's a ranch.
Okay, fine.
But yeah, he's like, all right, time to go to the airport. See ya.
Yeah. And then he gets RC car blown up.
Yes, Cobra blows him up with an RC car.
Now, then the last one is like the really like, okay, seriously, just you had 18 or 17 other holes to fucking do your plan, but it's the short-haired scorpion girl, and she's just like, I thought she was like the inappropriately dressed cart girl. For anyone that knows what golf courses are, there's usually like an attractive young lady who drives around in a cart and serves beverages and stuff, and elicits tips from the horny old plaid pantsed gentleman.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, so this is in Hong Kong. Maybe there it's just like, yeah, whatever. Be less dressed than a Hooters waitress than but no, she's there to play golf in this like silver tube top and like shorts that don't even go all the way down over her ass.
No, they do not.
Yeah, and
Nope.
so like, and then she just gets in like starts playing in front of her target, who is another scientist guy.
They play like 17 holes
That's what I mean.
of golf.
And I
then,
mean, it's just like lots of her like bending down to pick up her ball,
Right.
and they're like, "Ugh," and it's just like, okay, enact your plan at any point in time,
Yeah.
like because I mean, seriously, you're just like, where's the exploding golf ball? I've seen a Sedaris movie.
well, okay, here's what the weird thing is about that whole setup is that she's in on it. The other dude is in on it.
Yep.
They could have killed that dude at any time, but they
Sure.
played 17 holes of golf.
Yes.
The illusion was pointless. I don't know who that was for.
Also, if you want to murder someone on a golf course, may I suggest the 9th or 10th hole? They're typically the furthest from the clubhouse and are going to give you the most privacy.
Yeah.
Yep.
It seems like the implication was she was waiting for this dude to hit a shot into the woods because you can't blow a guy up on the green, I guess. But
Yeah.
but
I mean, I'm not that I've thought about golf course assassination or anything. I mean,
but why would you?
I'm just
Who would do that?
I don't know.
except Scorpion. Who,
Sometimes it comes up.
yeah.
Just sometimes.
But
she,
yeah,
she
but-
replaces his golf ball with an exploding golf ball because the whole time we're
Yeah.
like, exchange that golf ball. We were just for 10 straight minutes. Just put the exploding golf ball down. We know you have one.
Well, she does, and then the guy blows up.
He does. He blows up real good.
It is a really good cut.
Yes.
Now, we should mention somewhere in this, like, so there's these ladies that are in their own lack of acting ways expressing joy at their handiwork.
Oh, yeah,
However, they also have a henchman named Platypus or Platypus. I'm sorry,
Platter.
because he's a DJ.
Platter.
Yep.
It's a pretty good DJ.
He is with Julie Strain in
He
Paris.
kind of, well, yes, he's there, like, because he walks in and is like, ah, cool, like, at her headshot. It's like right between the eyes. It starts videotaping. It's like, who the fuck? At that point, you have no idea what's going on in the plot. It's just this dude pops in after she's,
wearing the fakest mustache.
Yes.
Yeah. And just goes, man, cool.
Yeah.
Which he then takes off in the car, and she's like, "Oh, it's you!" And it's like, "Yeah, really?"
I couldn't tell if that was sarcastic as the character
it's
or not.
It's hard to tell.
Yes,
Julie Strain's range was not
Yeah,
exactly.
Julie Strain's giving you one delivery of
Yeah.
every line.
She's better than the FBI agent or guy or
Yes.
captain guy or
Sure.
whatever.
Yes.
But anyway,
Absolutely.
So that's that world. We this seems to be a lady assassin troop led by Julie Strain. That's what we are thought. We're like, okay, I don't know what's with the cat and mouse routine with all these people, but they're trying to get these chips.
Yes.
Then enter the FBI / people that work for the IWAR, whatever, and agents of the U.S. variety, I guess.
Right.
And they're like, chips and things, we got to go get them. People are coming in, and our Dallas connection is coming from Argentina. Go and meet him and make sure he's safe because
He's the one remaining scientist.
he's the one remaining scientist. We need his chip.
Right, because he has to do.
And somehow they
beep
managed to
boop
get the
things.
chips from the other dead people, I think. Isn't that right? Like,
Yeah,
because you basically like so the FBI captain or whatever the hell he is it's like the most monotone dude ever.
Nick.
And he's just like, we have these gold necklaces. Please put your chips in them and keep them safe near you at all times. That will be all. You will get 2-ray radios, and we will give you further instructions. And then it's basically just like, all right, go out into the wild and don't do your fucking jobs, FBI people, because they float in and out of the movie never doing any of their fucking jobs. The
Right.
closest they get is that Sam, I believe her name is the one agent.
Yes, Samantha Max.
Yeah, and Sam is like the lady agent who, as you said, was like working out, and it was like, agent, we need you. And it's just like, well, time to take off this shirt.
Hulk Hogan out of this T-shirt
Yeah.
and get on a plane.
But yeah, so-
She's in charge of watching over Antonio,
Right.
showing him a good time. Meanwhile, Chris Cannon and Mark Austin just fuck off to immediately screw up their jobs in the worst possible way because giving the 4 of these people. There's another guy too who just gets killed because he's not important. But so when they give them the chips for this, it is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. It was just like, here, put them in the shiny gold locket medallion and wear them at all times. And immediately they're just like,
Yeah, doesn't he call it a small inconspicuous medallion?
Yes,
and
it-
it's like
yeah.
a fucking gold medal, like you just won the pole vault.
it's
or
a
something.
fucking Bee Gees medallion. Like,
Yeah.
if you're wearing this in 1994, people are going to be like, man, I don't know about you. But also it's Dallas, so I don't know when time caught up to Dallas. But
still hasn't.
I think Nick also says something about they have recording devices in them and whatever. But this...
I think that was their Walkmans.
Oh, the Walkmans that had like the paper map inside of it.
Walkman? What is the plural of Walkmans?
Walkmans. Sony Walkmans.
Okay.
Yeah, so they are given these medallions with the chip inside, and immediately Chris Cannon and Mark Austin go right back to what they were doing before they got the call, which is Mark Austin is just fucking jet skiing it up in his pink body glove outfit. He's just woo! And Chris Cannon's just driving his race car. He's just testing out
Well, no, first he goes home, and it's established that he's hooked up with Sam, the other agent, because it's just like, right? Isn't that him?
No, Mark Austin.
Mark?
Jet ski boy.
Mark Joskin is the one hooked up with Sam, right? That's Jet Ski Boy? Okay.
Yes.
One of them goes home and, like, has a brief encounter, and it's just
Yes.
like, you weren't here for 6 months, sex. And, well, she's like, you've got to woo me, seduce me. And
Use poetry.
And I'm not, you need to woo me,
Yeah.
seduce me.
That's a good impression.
Yes, she sounds like one of Marge's sisters.
Now
Simpsons,
she's like
yes.
Harvey Firestein, like, woo me, you big stallion.
Man, it's like Fred Travalina's in the room. It's so good.
I love doing Harvey Firestein.
Really.
I'm sure he would like it too.
Yeah.
Ha.
Happy Pride Month,
Yeah.
everybody.
We only imitate the ones we love. This is how this works.
I'm not saying.
But no, so like she's like, you gotta woo me. And what works is he's like, I want to suck the toenail polish off your toe, or suck the polish off your toes. And then it's just behind the couch shot with included whoop, 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 like clothes like
Yep.
flying
Boing, wham, wham,
Yeah,
wham.
it's just like,
it's
wow.
like, good lord, they're on this love seat. Like,
Yeah, like the Andy Sedaris movies are not known for being subtle.
no,
No.
But
they're known for being
younger
exotic.
Younger Sedaris
Well, younger
takes it a
senior
step
Sedaris.
further.
Younger senior Sedaris?
Well,
Like,
no, okay. I thought he was
like-
going in a different direction.
No,
there, but
I'm
younger
saying like
Sedaris.
Andy Sedaris, no subtlety.
No,
right, but
Younger Andy Sedaris, even less subtlety.
sure.
Like,
But what to his point? Okay, sure, there are lots of things in Hard Ticket to Hawaii and all the other ones that are clearly not in Hawaii or all the places that they're
Yeah.
saying. And yes, we're glamorizing them a little bit because there's a lot of shots of like planes taking off and planes landing and planes going here and planes taxiing in whatever fucking community airport that Andy Sedaris probably flies out of.
Yeah.
But to the point is like at least you could say, well, it's in Hawaii. It looks cool. Like they're flying around, but look, they're flying around Malachi. It's like, you
Yeah.
know, it's like that's cool.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, but this is like fucking Shreveport and Dallas.
Yeah, it's
Two of
the same complaint from the last
I'm
one.
sorry,
It's-
but
yeah.
like, yeah, I'm sorry to people in these two metropolitan areas because we also live in one. Two of the shittiest, most boring looking places on earth. I mean, just like there is nothing fancy or
No.
interesting about either one of them from
Absolutely
a
not.
geographic standpoint. You know, like,
No.
you know,
yeah, and I think that's what they're missing.
Right.
Is
Yeah,
we could film some bullshit, and yeah, I mean, like
sure.
Action USA filmed in basically Dallas.
I mean, the reason
you know?
the reason Jacksonville. I mean, I'm not trying to make our city sound better. The reason why it was going to be another Hollywood is because we've got you got like generic suburban, you got generic urban, and then go a little bit over here, and you got a beach. It's a good location for like
Yeah.
hitting three different types of places that are secretly all in one.
Yeah.
And also you can drive a little bit, and you're in the middle of fucking farm side. So
Yes.
you
Yeah.
got four types of locations around here, and that's why it works. But
we have military training grounds where you can just go blow shit up.
Sure.
Yep.
And it made sense from a standpoint, but
Sure.
as time has gone on, Jacksonville has basically morphed into like, well, it all looks the same, and then there's the beach. It's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
It's strip malls and the beach.
Right,
That's
yeah. I mean, it's
just
just
fall
like-
on Fox.
there's no more like anything, and I'm not.
yeah, and there's no downtown.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
if you want abandoned storefronts, you can go downtown.
Yeah. So the problem here is the same problem with Enemy Gold, which is that you are filming in the least exotic location in the United States as possible. But also, it's quite possible these films were shot back to back because they are using the exact same locations. So you're not even getting another unique look at Shreveport, Louisiana.
Right.
You're getting the same look. You're getting this cabin in the woods that they go to again. You're getting this bar called Cowboys, which is actually in Los Angeles, for God's sake. That is the same hideout from the last movie, but now all the bad characters are different, but they all still frequent this same place.
Oh, they even have like one like, oh yeah, the new ownership or something like something where it's like,
Yeah,
it's
It's like, oh, the old Julie Strain died. Now here's this new. Like, Julie Strain is the most unique looking lady, and all these movies have her play a different character.
it's a new strain.
Okay, timely. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's those settings are dull, but just as far as filmmaking goes,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like
It's real.
Sedaris Jr. just doesn't seem to get it.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
like, hey,
like there's no flair, there's nothing like like we talk about Hard Ticket to Hawaii, where it's like the opening credits are like everything, all the credits are written on different crates.
Yeah,
It's
I
stuff.
hate that they abandoned that. That was one of
And
the
that's just like
coolest
cool
things.
as shit.
Yeah.
And it's like now it's just like, oh, show location, slam to another okay, here's the production manager.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like
Yeah.
that stuff, it's just like there's the flair is gone, and then when he tries to add some, it just doesn't work.
No.
Like that scene, like the scene of them throwing the clothes over, like, it kind of works, but then it's like it's just edited wrong and it goes on too long, and it's just one of those things where it's like, I get that you were trying something at least, but it's not working, buddy.
Yeah. But so like Julie Strain, they all go back to Cowboys basically, and they have this man. It's so strange.
That doesn't make any sense.
They're hit women / strippers, which I would think one would negate the other. Like if you're making money as a hit woman, you don't need to strip. Stripping is not something you do for fun. It's like I can make a lot of money doing this because I have long legs.
I'm paying my way through marksmanship school.
That's not true.
Well, and also this bar, like people are line dancing and doing shit, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's like Julie Strain's on the stage, and like, all right, you've seen these before. Here they are again.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like nobody's giving them money. They're not like taking anyone to the champagne room.
They're
Like
just
it's just
kind of
like
dancing while everyone's having wings and
it's like
line
treated
dancing.
like, okay, we're in this bar and these chicks just like to get naked. I guess.
I mean,
It's weird.
That is a type of bar, right? I mean, like, I don't remember that when it's not a burlesque show. A burlesque show is like got a little more class to it nowadays. I'm trying to think, like, there is a show bar, like, where it's like
Sure.
it's not really like there's not a stage and you're not there just for strippers.
No.
It's like there are naked ladies in the background of my honky tonk.
No, I don't think the point is that this location doesn't make sense.
No,
Well, I'm
yeah,
saying the ladies
sure,
don't make
no, of
sense
course
going here and be like, hey, we've got some downtime. Let's go out and strip. It's like,
yes, obviously.
because obviously, like, they're going backstage and changing costumes and stuff, and they act like for 48 straight hours they are just here, like, this is where we work. And it's like, I think you probably make enough money to not do this. Like, this doesn't make...
Well, why were they like charter pilots and also whatever agents they were? I mean,
I
their
get
code
it.
jobs don't make any sense in this world.
No, but I mean, I get it. It's a Sedaris movie-esque. So the ladies, hey, look at us. We're going to strip also because there hasn't been tits in this movie for 45 seconds. But anyway, so they all go back there, and Julie Strain is like, all right, now get out there and find those chips. And man, just immediately they zero in on all the agents. Because there's a scene at the airport where they go and pick up what's his name.
I was gonna say it makes even less sense when you find out the plot later, because basically, all right, so
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yes.
Yeah.
there's a lot of you could have gotten this done right now.
right, so what she does is she sends Cobra along with Platypus to go do a drive-by on a dirt bike
Yeah.
on the Argentinian dude that's
Yeah.
rolling in,
Yes.
but they intentionally take blanks.
Yes.
This is all just a ruse to make the guy appear paranoid and
Right, because
But it doesn't make any
that dude
sense.
is in on it. He's
Yeah.
the ringleader of the whole thing, which extra doesn't make sense
right.
because he was in a position to get all the chips anyway. It's real stupid, but it doesn't make sense for them to take blanks to make it look like he's going to be shot,
Well, 'cause
and also because Cobra is a double agent, and so she didn't even know that that's what the plan was.
right.
It's just
Yeah.
I don't know.
It starts hurting your head because I mean, yes, you're like, if in theory you're like, you know, okay, if you have a master Joker style plan where it's like I've planned all this out and blah 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 is going to happen in this order, like okay, so you make a so-called attempt on the guy's life because you're like, I want him to be moved to this location, which is actually super secure, but I've got the. It's like when Joker wants to get locked up in the Dark Knight.
Right.
It's like it's just, you know, he wants to get caught. You know, it's like you do something like that so that it happens, but this is like. This doesn't like tighten security. If anything, they're just like, oh, well, that was unfortunate. Hey, you want to go to dinner?
It doesn't tighten any security. It doesn't tighten anything because like Samantha's assigned to him, and they're just like, "Hey, you want to go to first?" They fucking go straight to Cowboys. The first place they fucking go is the lair of the bad guys, and nothing happens there. Now, at the end, you realize, okay, nothing would happen here because he's in on the whole thing. But it's fucking nuts that they go there. So then...
Well, and it's also like you need to keep a low profile. People are going to try to kill you.
Right. So popular
what do they
line
do?
dancing bar. Let's go
Yeah.
there. And then let's go to the racetrack, the horse racing track,
Yeah.
with a giant crowd and just watch the ponies race.
Yep. The sport of kings, as they say like 6 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they have a private meal where he just
he
goes into a fugue state.
So I don't know if it was like she actually like the catalyst for like when it goes into a dream sequence or something is they're kind of sort of flirting and she's like, oh, you're really not that awkward for a scientist guy, and he's like, thank you very much, and then she like possibly pokes her finger into her cheesecake.
Man, it's great. 'Cause
I mean,
it just cuts to a shot of cheesecake on a plate, and you just see a finger coming
Finger just
in.
comes and violates
Well, it's not
that
just
cheesecake.
and I mean it's like it's the strawberry cheesecake
Yeah.
too, so it's got that like gooey red layer on
Right.
top. So you just see this finger go
finger.
into the cheesecake. And you're like, okay, and
just violates it.
And then-
just not right.
then it cuts to like a medium 2 shot, and he's sitting there, and like now she's like half naked.
She's wearing lingerie that's barely on,
Right.
and just throws her legs up on the table like they're in fucking stirrups. And
And it's even more awkward because I mean, I'm sorry, but it's awkward because it's a glass table,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, okay, I look. full disclosure, I think I've said it before, and I'm not shy of saying it. I don't find any of these ladies like remotely attractive. I hate ladies that look like this. Like I hate the plastic shit. Like I mean, I'm an all natural kind of person, and like this glass tabletop in this supposedly fancy restaurant when she just like puts her legs up into stirrups and it's just like, here's my leathery crotch, look at it.
Well, if this was a more adult movie, I was like, what's gonna happen to that cheesecake?
Sure.
Like, what the fuck is that?
No.
Is like she gonna do some weirred ping
Well,
pong
yeah, I mean, she
ball
rubbed
trick?
it on her nipples already.
She did.
She did do that, yeah.
To see if they still had feeling, which they did not.
They did not. No.
Like, I mean, the tall, short-haired lady is like the closest I get to be, because I think she's probably the prettiest before any surgery. Is the way I would look at it. Like, I'm just saying, like, you can look at someone's face and it's like, well, I don't think you've had too much work done.
Okay,
You know,
here's what's the weirdest part about that. So when they have their strip show review, they introduce the 3 assassin ladies and give their fucking names out in public. Here's Scorpion.
and
Here's
they-
Cobra.
And they keep introducing themselves to random people.
Yeah, I
like,
know.
Like she introduced himself to the I guess Hong Kong scientist guy as
Yes. Oh, they all do. No one.
a Scorpion. No
Yeah.
one bats an eye. Like
No one. But so they do that. But they all, and then Platypus is like, and the rest. And there's just like 2 locals that yokels that he
The
calls
local
them.
yokels.
And like later, you see them just hanging out on stage dancing topless, and I'm like, they're better looking than the rest of them because their boobs move. Like, I mean, they're, you know, I mean, nothing against any of these ladies. Like, if they were getting naked in front of me, I would be like, ma'am, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
here's some
my
cheesecake.
My standards are like, you know, my standards are
Here's some cheesecake.
My standards are like the world is a buffet, and I'm like, well, I'm not going over here. I'm saying
No. What I'm saying, would I?
That's my point. My point
Would I
is,
pursue them for a date? No. If they
Right.
were in this room right now taking their clothes off, would I be like, go ahead?
Yes, that's my point.
Yes, I would.
That's my point. I mean, I'm saying, like, I'm treating it as though my life were a buffet, and I have endless choice. I'm saying, if any one of these ladies, even now, okay, some of them, some of them could show up right now, and it wouldn't be so cool.
Hopefully, you're getting somewhere.
I'm just trying to make Chuck get very angry at this point.
Yeah.
My point is
It's
like
working.
Yes. My point is like yes. If they showed up, it's a totally different ballgame. I'm just saying I
Yes,
don't
I
I don't
understand.
seek out like this. I watch this and I'm like, just stop.
Ma'am, put your clothes
Yeah,
back
please.
on.
Yes.
Please, thank you. I have toys at home. Like I mean, things made of plastic. Whatever you figure it out. I don't give a shit.
I don't want to.
interpret that however you want.
I don't
I'm saying
want to.
that they're.
Look,
I
okay,
am
listen.
roundabout quoting the great Sir Mix-a-Lot, and you do not discount a night of the rounds like that.
Okay.
Right.
So
Anyway,
the
Round
ladies
butt.
Yes.
target the dudes. Okay, and it's they know exactly where to go, and the dudes are like, "Guh, lady," and it's like the easiest infiltration of any spy thing ever.
well, the one guy tells her, he's like, I'm easy. I'm
Yeah.
not cheap, but I'm easy.
and she's like, "Good."
And then they're in the hot tub.
Yeah. Yes, in a scene which apparently that dude's wife was very upset about because they were vigorously going at it in the hot tub.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, like, if you don't know at
Yeah.
this point that your husband is in Andy Sedaris movies,
Yeah.
maybe you should have had that conversation before y'all got married because
Yeah.
I don't think he was actually boning her. They were enthusiastic, but it's acting.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, look, she is nude in this hot tub for a good 5 minutes. Like, it is a 5 minutes segment of them fake boning in the hot tub. And then, out of nowhere, she produces knockout drugs in the form of a tablet, which she drops into his drink, which
Yeah.
immediately dissolves. And he's like, well, cheers to that. Takes a sip and just immediately just goes,
This is the best piece of acting in the entire movie.
I think so. Well, except for the part you missed when you walked out of the room.
Oh.
No, there's a random dude
yeah,
at the crime scene, like the skipping ahead in the movie, but I'll just go ahead and talk about this guy's great moment. So the big dude, the last agent who got the last microchip, was murdered in a gym by being crushed by a barbell, and at the end, like. I didn't know, like, he died. I thought it looked
no, he
like
got throat punched. That dude
Sure,
died.
Yeah.
right. But again, they were still treating it like maybe it just really knocked him out, like when knocked out, whatever. But they're drawing, they're tape out lighting him with, tape.
It's the first instance I've ever seen on a film of a police dude actually doing the tape out.
Right.
Like in the middle of
I mean, I guess it's normally a chalk outline, but he's doing it with tape.
Right.
And he's just like,
it's carpet.
yeah. He just like yells out, he's like, hey, Bobby or whatever, gonna need some more tape. This is a big dude.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's just like, Like he had like this much left, he couldn't get around the body or
Well,
something.
he actually is like, this dude is huge. Like,
See, I love shit like that.
Yeah.
Just like, what was it? Is it? I want to say it was Death Spa.
Yeah.
Where they're taking a body out, and the corner's like, "All right, see you guys tomorrow."
Yes.
It's like this is my moment. This is my one line.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So knocks out Chris Cannon, and like swaps out the chip out of his medallion with a fake one. So what's his name? The other dude is gone straight back to jet skiing. And Scorpion comes over and pours a Coca-Cola in his gas tank. And he's like, well, smell you later. And he goes out in the ocean, and she gets or like wherever the fuck they are. And she goes out in a boat, and he's like, oh.
He could no longer catch the wave.
my jet ski has stopped going. Can you tow me? And then there's a sad shot of her slowly towing him. And then they go to have a little picnic on the beach or the woods or wherever they are.
Yeah.
The shore.
And she's like, I want you now. And he's like, no, I can't. I'm with this.
Kind of in a committed thing.
Yeah. And she just opens.
Well, he goes, she's sorry, I'm in a committed relationship. And she's like, how do you feel about committing to these?
Yeah.
And unzips her body glove wetsuit.
And he's like, yeah, you raise a good point.
Two of them, actually.
You're right. So, but they only make out for like half a second. And she just pulls out a taser and stuns him.
Which would have totally knocked her out, too, considering she's sitting mostly naked on his lap.
Yeah. So she gets that chip. The third guy that we don't know who works for Nick in the office, Julie Strange shows up and has sex with Nick and then murders him. And then they just
but it seems like against his will
Oh,
at first.
he gets knocked out somehow first. Like there's
he opens the door and she does the whole punch thing.
that's
Yes.
the backhand punch thing.
Yes, the door opens. He just goes walks face first, and then you just see off
Yeah,
screen.
because he's waiting for Todd or whoever to.
right.
He's like, Todd, wait, have you made that phone
Yeah.
call yet?
And she just comes in voguing like the right cross.
But yes, so he was knocked out. Then she bondaged him up and had her way with him, and then shot him.
As you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was reacting in all the same ways
Yeah.
he was before. Of like, no, stop, please.
And they told the other dude to wait down in the weight room for 15 minutes and then kill that guy. So he's just hiding for 15 minutes while the dude is just bench pressing the entire time. And then he just pops out, and they have a decent fight for one of these movies. I
Yeah.
think the most impressive thing about it is how long some of the shots are. Like it's not quick cuts of moves; it's moves strung together.
Well, and I like that there's a point where they're both like out of breath.
Yes.
And like, dude, we're not young.
Oh god. Well, that dude gets the bad guy down. It's like, who sent you? Who do you work for? And it's like, then the other dude just flips him over and puts him in like a stranglehold, and then flips him over again, and then just throat punches him to death and does the swap. So they've got 3 of the chips, and you're like, oh no, what does this mean for iWar or whatever? Those dudes are going to get fired.
Because what's her face still has it.
Yeah.
Because she's been on the date with the scientist guy.
Yes.
And where he's had his fantasy about her molesting a cheesecake.
But he drops her off in a parking garage, and she's like, well, you're a weirdo. See ya.
Yeah.
Goes back.
And doesn't even get back to her apartment
No.
before she gets punched by Julie Strain,
Yes.
who has to give a lecture about how you're either born with a right cross or you're not.
Yes.
None of that kung fu shit that you have to learn.
She says to that dude.
And then proceeds to never throw another right cross. It's always backhands and shit.
Yeah.
After that.
Yep. So yeah, they kidnap her and they take her to the cabin, which is the same cabin from Enemy Gold.
Yep.
And they walk in, and guess who's there? It's the one guy who still has his chip.
Yep. The Argentinian scientist.
He's like, haha, I'm actually evil. Now put all these chips on a floppy disk and put them in my computer to verify them.
Yep.
Because that's how computers work. And he verifies.
Have you ever opened up a 3.5-inch disc, Chuck?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You weren't supposed to answer that.
I'm sorry. But he verifies 3 of them, and then the 4th one.
Does not verify.
No. And taunts him about it, not verified.
Then he proceeds to give this whole long speech about like, aha, I knew that you couldn't take the chip that was in front of me. I don't know. It's just this whole back and forth of like,
It's a very strange, like, well, you did your job and swapped your chip, but the chip you swapped it with was fake, and so therefore you're a double agent or something.
Suspected you maybe, so I went ahead and put a fake chip where my real chip was supposed to be, and then I confirmed that you what's
She
her name?
did it.
Cobra. Cobra like blew up the Jeep, but however we had a wrong angle, so we
Yeah.
actually saw the dude crawl to safety, and he's
Right.
not dead
Yes.
at all.
Yes.
And then
So
he's
he
like,
crawled into the grassy
so he's
knoll.
like, so
Yes.
I put a fake chip so that you'd steal that, and I actually have the real chip in my fake Rolex this entire time. Aha! And then now I have all 4 chips, and
Yep.
then it's like, okay, so short blonde-haired lady Cobra is not or is a double agent, not working for them.
She actually works for a different government
a European
organization.
agency,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yes.
As we find out. Not even through exposition. It's almost like we come in at the end of the conversation that
Yeah.
explains this.
Right.
But then it's just like, I don't know, get them. Because it's like, I have all 4 chips, and then somebody or the
She
dude
show
tries
up.
to shoot him,
With the
but the gun is full of
yeah,
blanks.
right.
And he's like, ha 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 ha.
And I think about this time, like the 2 other agents have showed up on their boat or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, Platypus, go get him!" Which
Yeah, because they were able to track them through their Walkman with a little map drawn inside.
Yeah, because they've been holding on to the one that has the other map in it or something, and that's how they
yeah.
track them. But it's like,
who knows?
your evil plan is dumb, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if you
but
kept that thing.
It just kind of becomes like, "Hey, everybody, run off in different directions and go get them."
Well, so basically, from this point on, everyone except Julie Strain, who was bad, and a lady, flips. So Cobra was a double agent the whole time. So she's like, whatever.
Yeah, and she gets knocked out by
yeah.
Julie Strain.
Scorpion gets grazed in the arm.
Yeah.
And is just Mark comes over and wraps a bandage or a bandana around it loosely, and she's just like, "I'm with you now." And then
It was to stop the blood.
Yeah.
yeah. So she's just like, "All right, I'm with you now. You showed me kindness."
Yeah, so she's flipped. Meanwhile, they killed Platypus pretty quickly.
Oh,
he took like 2 shots at Mark, and Mark's like, "Nope, you're dead."
He opens the door and is like, "They're here," and they're like, "Go take care of him." And he's like, "Okay," and then
and promptly gets gunned down.
right.
I think by Chris guns
Sure.
him down.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. But yeah. Meanwhile, Chris is chasing the guy who killed the weight room dude,
Foo.
Fu. So he's chasing Fu back and forth. Fu is shooting flaming rounds at him.
Some sort of Roman candle.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be like a shotgun, like sort of like an older version of what Terry Crews had in the Expendables, like one of those auto shotgun things.
Yeah.
I mean, it very well could be, but I mean, whatever. I'm sure
It fires sparklers.
Captain BJ would probably tell us by looking
yeah,
it
he
up
would know
this whole
exactly
time.
what the
But
gun is.
yeah, I mean, I think it was just like make a shotgun shell with no projectiles, all powder, so it just makes a. But they were also just shooting shit on the tree that was pre-planted.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit of both because like it looked like some fire was coming out of the gun, which would be just a blank powder shell basically for a shotgun,
Yeah.
and the other stuff
But-
was like put a sparkler in the tree.
Yeah, they're pursuing each other back and forth. Julie Strain and the scientist take off together to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, they're
Right.
going
But-
to the boat.
But Chris's fight with Fu, eventually he runs out of bullets. Fu's like, haha, sucks to be you. And then he loads a grenade into the bottom part of it and blows him the fuck up.
Yes, that man exploded.
And that's a good dummy flip that they do.
Yep.
And then he's just like pumped about the fact that he's murdered him.
It's another, yeah.
Yeah.
Before that, there are lots of combat rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
God,
also,
they do so many combat rolls.
Cobra was before she flipped being a good guy, or I guess she always was. She was out testing her RV boat, which was like the same color. RC. Sorry, God damn it. RC boat, which is like the same color scheme as the RC car she had
Yes.
earlier.
It's a package deal. You
yeah.
get them both at every
With little sticks of dynamite on the
Yeah,
back.
little
of it.
tiny sticks. So
The RC car had huge sticks of dynamite
Yeah.
on it. This boat has little tiny sticks of dynamite on it.
You didn't want to sink.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so she's got that.
she's got that, and like,
but she's knocked out right
yeah,
now.
she gets knocked out, but as she comes to, she's like running out, like I gotta go join the fracas, and it's like, oh, hold on, let me grab my
Scoops up
boat.
the boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so you kind of know where that's going, but yes. So yeah, what's her face? Scorpion is totally flipped after she got shot. She's like, oh, I had no idea the pain I was causing by murdering people. Now that I've experienced a little bit of, I'm good now.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I understand pain now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to strip.
Right.
Yeah, because Mark gets in a fight with the other henchman
Yes.
who's been running around, and they kick each other a few times, and he's about to get knifed, and she shoots that dude in the back to save him to complete her flip.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Basically, the RC boat goes into the boat with Julie Strain.
Well,
and
Yeah.
Julie Strain and what's his name have gotten to the boat, and he's just like, haha, I'm on the boat, and immediately gets shot.
Yeah, Sam.
Well, yeah,
Sam
well,
shoots him.
Yeah, Sam. Well, Sam's like, this one's for what?
Yeah, for Tom and George or whatever.
Tom and Nick, I
Nick,
think it
yeah.
is.
Sure.
Yeah, this one's for Tom and Nick, and then she like gets shot at. It's like, oh wait, maybe not.
Yeah, no, whoops. She
But
fires like
then-
2 shots, and
Yeah.
then it's just like, oh no.
But she is able to gun him down, and this is the only time like Julie Strain ever reacts to anything. She's like, no,
Yeah.
oh no.
Well,
Yeah.
sort of.
What
She's,
just happened?
She's like, oh no, the boat with the tiny sticks
Yeah.
of dynamite is coming right for me. What
Yeah,
what do I do?
Yeah.
Do I get off this boat? Well,
I mean, ma'am, you could take one step. I'm sure you clear like 4 feet per stride.
yeah.
You know?
Exactly. You're a fucking gazelle.
And she's always in high heels, so
Yes.
she's getting even further.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, the tiny boat hits the large boat, and the large boat explodes.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm sure the tiny one did too.
It probably did.
Yeah.
You're right.
They co-exploded.
Yes. Yeah. So all the bad guys are dead, and you're like, well, the movie's over. No.
I mean, it's mostly over.
They go back inside and reveal the whole backstory,
Yeah, mostly. Yeah.
which is just basically like Cobra explaining, well, let me tell you what I did to save that dude. So, so when I was going to blow up his car, I also had a walkie-talkie on, and I radioed him, and I said, okay, now get out of the car and sneak away. But before you go, blow up the alien or the
auto.
airplane
Blow up
automatic
airplane,
pilot and put him in the front seat so they won't know that you're not there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Actually, I kind of would at this point. I think I would have actually just appreciated if they'd gone all the way because like it's got like a life raft auto inflate type thing so that he can climb away. But I was like kind of hoping it would fail and he had to do the manual inflate. I mean, just like fucking go for it
Yeah.
at that point. You know what I'm just saying?
Yeah,
like,
because he like opens up this briefcase and you see this like deflated thing. I'm like, what the fuck? And then it just he
Oh,
turns something
I
on.
immediately started cackling because I knew exactly what it was. Because in the back of my head, I was like, "Oh, they said he climbed out, but there was clearly a dummy in the driver's seat." So in my head, I'm like, "Cinema Sin plot hole." Yeah, but also an Andy Serkis movie. So
Because it was a Sedaris movie, I thought it was a sex doll, and I was like, "What the fuck is about to happen
Yeah.
here?" But he just blows up this airplane automatic
puts
pilot
his hat
doll.
on it
yeah, he does
first.
put his hat on it.
He
Yeah.
puts his hat on it. They blow it
Yeah.
up, and I'm like, "Why are you explaining this? We don't need this."
Yeah,
I did, Chuck.
We can figure it out.
I did. That set my mind at ease.
Dumb.
Yeah, but and then Scorpion comes over to Mark and is just like, "Hey, I like your style."
Let's pick up where we left off, huh?
And of
And
course,
Samantha's just like,
his girlfriend's
hey,
like, "Wait,
tap
what?"
on shoulder, punch, but she's like, but Scorpion's like, nope, dodge out of the way, and punches her boyfriend.
Yep.
Should have been a freeze frame.
It should have been, yeah, because everyone's just like, what the hell?
If you're watching our live stream, it's what we made the picture for BJ. Since
Yes.
tonight.
Yeah, because I do like that she punches him and it's like, "Oh, my fist."
Yeah, well,
Ow.
because he's got a strong face. Yeah.
And then you think that's the end, but no,
No, it's not.
They have to discuss things a few months later while standing in a
They just go get
ritzy
fancy.
apartment
Yeah,
thing.
they're just like, well, that all
Ring.
worked out. Ha,
Yeah,
ha,
so
ha.
glad that the agency let us have some time off. Ha 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 ha. ha.
Usually in those movies, the last scene when they say something like that is all of them in a hot tub together.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm so glad the agency let us had some time off.
Yeah, the hot
and
tub
our
recap.
tops, and it's
Hey,
like,
they're maturing as people as the series goes on.
oh,
And-
Are they?
all of them are maturing as the
Are
series
they?
goes on.
well, I mean, there's a committed relationship now. I feel like all the other relationships were at most on paper because
Dude.
what's his face and not Donna. What was the sidekick's name?
Shane.
No, the other lady, the other blonde, shorter, smaller lady.
Oh, I don't even remember anymore.
The Gabrielle to her Xena.
Who the hell knows?
Dawn. Was it Dawn?
Sure.
I'll go
Let's
with-
go with Dawn.
I don't know why Dawn popped in my head, but we'll go with that.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, she had a boyfriend, but then, like, throughout the course of the movie, it was just like, yeah, but I also fucked 6 other people before this movie is over. Anyway, we're back together.
Yeah. she's
There
a
was-
spy. I mean, you're talking about a committed relationship, but let's face it. That was like the first scene of a foursome thing going on right there.
Okay.
But
Possibly.
all we get are clinking champagne glasses.
Do you mean Taryn?
Taryn? Is that what it was?
Taryn,
Okay.
Donnerin.
Was there a Dawn in any of those, or did I just make that shit up?
I don't know.
Did I just come up with a Dawn?
There's not one in. There's
Hard.
Edie.
Edie.
Who
Well, yes,
owned
I
the
know
nightclub.
Edie. Right. I know. I'm aware
Sang
of
that
Edie.
song.
Yeah, she sang that song. It's pretty good.
It's a good song.
Is that the Another Day in Paradise one?
I don't know.
I believe
it
that
is.
was because
Probably.
you posted it on the YouTube.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're right. I forget which
Yeah,
movie
by
that
Edie
was, but
Brickell or whatever her name is.
It's not Edie Brickell. it's
Yeah.
Edie's nightclub.
But I don't.
No, that was Suzanne Vega.
Oh,
Oh,
that's Tom Steiner.
Oh.
Tom's not in this movie.
His name is Luca. Lives
That-
on the
that
second
one.
floor.
That's
His
right.
name's
yeah.
Rodrigo.
Oh, no, his name is Obergun. He's from Argentina.
Oh man.
This movie's over.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Lessons were learned.
right.
were they?
Yes.
Okay.
People turned.
Sure.
Bad people became good.
Sure.
And they went back to work at Cowboys.
Yep. And Julie Strain died again.
Yes. She will return in the next one.
I guess we got to rate this thing now. Huh?
We sure do.
I am going. I think we're only going to go 2 jocks.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's still got the Sedaris stuff. You might not like them, but I thought the chicks were pretty hot.
Okay.
Samantha, not as much, but you know.
Yeah.
They're all fine.
I mean, she
Yeah.
would have been okay. Like I said, it's just as soon as she opened her mouth and had the
Eh.
Lindsay Lohan voice, it was like, oof.
It's fine.
But yeah, but I mean, and I appreciate the good explosion cuts that they do.
Yes.
There are some damn good explosion cuts in this movie,
Mhm.
and I'm a fan of that. But otherwise, like that first fucking 20 minutes is just a killer. It's just deadly because it's like, okay, we're gonna show shots of rhinos and hippos and lions and hippos and rhinos and hippos
Now I know
and
why
lions.
Thanks to that stock footage, I know why rhinos are so pissed and kill everyone all
Yeah.
the time. It's because those
Fucking
fucking birds were like
birds.
trying to climb up its fucking nostrils to stay warm. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you're in Africa, it's already hot.
Get off of me,
Yeah.
you fucking bird.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of filler and a lot of people arriving and departing places, which again is my kryptonite. But yeah,
That's Sedaris movies
yeah.
at this point.
And the golf course thing just refuses to end.
It really does.
Like that golf course thing lasts so fucking long.
It's not even a pretty golf course.
No.
It's not like, wow, check out fucking Pebble Beach over here.
Yeah,
It's,
I mean, if you,
no,
if you
it's like
want to see that one lady's
it's like
ass,
Waco Municipal
yeah,
Course.
it's
bad.
Louisiana Parish Municipal
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golf.
I mean, if that one lady's your thing and you want to look at her ass a lot, that's the scene for you. But it's like, yes,
She's
it
going to
just-
strip later, so
Yeah.
Well, I know precisely. I'm just saying, if I'm trying to bright side these bullshit scenes in this movie.
Nope. So 2 jocks.
Okay.
Some good explosions.
trying to bright side these bullshit
Some-
scenes.
Yeah, and as Chuck mentioned in the intro, the one guy explaining why he got taken advantage of, he goes, "Well, she showed me her hooters."
He did, yes.
Yeah. There's another scene that the secret bad guy when she's sticking her finger in the cheesecake. He's talking about something that he says the word hard drive like a
Oh, yeah.
like a double entendre, and then
that was
just,
before it started Dream Sequence.
Right.
That was for real. He's like, that's when she's like, oh, you're not as nerdy and awkward as most scientist guys. He's like, it's not all about microchips and hard
he
drives.
says hard drives real salaciously,
And
but
he's
also
like staring into like this is like a POV camera, like,
Yes.
straight
He's
into
looking
the
at
camera
us.
shot. It's
but he makes this weird like smile snarl thing when he says it, and it's just
a great delivery.
it's the funniest shit. Like,
'Cause it's so
what the hell, dude?
I said in the studio, I'm like, this is the take you went with.
Yeah.
Like you probably had 5 or 6 takes of this, and this is the one that you went with.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they did have 5 or 6 takes because, as Chuck pointed out, after that scene was over, that the time was proper, and there was a giant clock tower in the back. Not that clock tower, but there's a giant clock tower in the back, and it's like,
Yeah, there's like a bank
With a-
clock
yeah,
in the
yeah.
boardroom meeting scene that they have,
Right.
and it's amazing they didn't fuck up the continuity there. But like you said, it was all probably one take. So
right.
get in and get out.
Anyway,
Yeah.
single jocks. Like, I mean, I can still say I'd recommend this, but just barely. Like at this point, like I mean, as long as it's been since we did Enemy Gold or whatever, it's like yes, there's dumb shit. I would rather them just be traipsing around the woods, possibly doing dumb shit than like going all over the place and just like they try too hard. Like if you're gonna make a silly movie, you need a silly plot to follow, and that's pretty dumb. I mean, this is like. What? Who are you? What? Double cross? That doesn't make any sense. Like at a certain point, your brain just breaks. Like, why would you not have just killed? Like, you already had one of the chips. Why did you put yourself into the equation and not just keep your original chip? Mm-hmm. You know, like there's so many questions you ask about this one. It's
Yeah,
like,
and why put a bug that spies on their plan if you were
you-
just privy to their plan?
If you
Yeah.
knew it all anyway.
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I don't get it. Like you're already on their side. Just have this so-called secret conversations. and
Right.
stuff. But, yeah, I mean, like I said, I'd
I
rather.
mean, the
just-
plan is to keep this guy safe until he can put all 4 chips in a thing and do a thing. Well, you didn't have to steal the chips because they're going to give them to you anyway.
Yeah, like I said, I'd rather they're just traipsing around the woods on dirt bikes and jet skis and shit. Like,
Sure.
it's just like, keep it simple if you're going to make it that simple.
Right.
I mean, I've mostly not enjoyed a lot of the latter day Sedaris ones. I mean,
No, it's
they
because
have
we were
moments.
ruined early on,
Yeah.
but
I mean, they have moments always.
Yeah,
and
if
they're
we went in
still-
reverse order, would it probably be better?
man, if we ended with Hard Ticket to Hawaii, we'd end this podcast. We'd be like,
Well,
that's it, we're done.
Except we have to do Malibu Express if we were going all the way backwards.
Yeah. I'm going to give it 3 jocks, and I'm giving it 3 because I gave Enemy Gold 2, and this is better than Enemy Gold. That's as far back as I can remember, basically, as in terms of Sedaris movies. It's not Hard Ticket to Hawaii good, I'll tell you that right now.
No.
So here's what I want in my Sedaris movies, which is Enemy Gold, which had some goofy shit in it and was fine, but it was just, who gives a shit about traipsing around in the woods looking for Confederate gold? I don't. This one is just like, hey, international espionage, space satellite, bullshit, microchips, dumb shenanigans, ridiculous spy agency bullshit. That's what I want. I want dumb spy shit. They brought back the RC car stuff. I'm like, okay, yes, blow shit up with that. That's fine. And then everything else about it is so unbelievably stupid that I can't help but love it. Just the put these microchips in these shiny gold medallions that won't at all be a target and keep them safe. And then the spies are me just like, well, whatever. I'm just going to go back and do whatever my dumb stunt bullshit is.
I love that they literally have a shot specifically when he goes and hooks up with the other agent lady where, like, when they're throwing their clothes over the bed, they both reach over and drop their medallion on the floor. And it's
Yeah.
like, and that was like 10 seconds after the speech of, like, keep these close to you at all times.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, the fact that their boss died and these guys got to live is embarrassing because they fucking
poor boss.
suck.
That boss may have gone out fucking, but still.
Sure. Like, if you're going to go out, that's the way to go. But
As Platypus tells him. He's like, hey, man, you could have drowned.
right. Yes, he does. Because he almost starts fingering his head wound and goes, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That guy's having fun.
Yeah,
I don't-
there are some good little touches here and
yes.
there.
That's the thing, is that as boring as some stretches of this are, when there is something happening, someone will do something that is either extraordinarily stupid or someone will give it just that little extra sauce to where it's just like, okay, that's all right. You did a good thing here. And, they're stunting around and doing some things and stuff blows up. I mean, it's better than the last one. And it seemed like maybe young Sedaris was growing a little bit, and apparently his dad was like, no, get the fuck out of here. Let me show you how it's done. Going back to my thing, and you're never working again. So I don't know what that dude went on to do. I mean, he had some credits on the last 2 movies, but whatever his career is now, Godspeed. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's an entertaining one. So,
He's living off all those sweet Andy Sedaris royalties.
yeah, totally.
Probably.
Hey, you sell a bunch of DVD sets at
I don't
$7
know. I mean,
a pop.
I mean, I was going to say Hard Ticket to Hawaii did kind of blow up there a little bit. So, I mean,
yes.
it probably is some vast latter-day funds going into.
So I mean, honestly, here's the thing: they sold those sets in various iterations over the years, and that last one, the one that we have, that was, you could get that for like $4 at a point. The popularity of that thing is what got those movies on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And those Blu-rays sell for $10, $12 pop. They're making money. Now that estate is making some money on those movies, and they deserve it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not the most amazing looking Blu-rays, but better than the
Certainly makes the stock footage look extra shitty.
yeah. That's the one thing about Blu-ray that sucks. What was the other thing where we were like,
There's a boom mic.
Well, there's a bad boom mic, but then also
But it's also
the map inside the walkie-talkie.
there's the map inside the walkie-talkie where you're just like, oh, this was never meant to be seen in HD.
Yeah, and the boom mic, you can't really blame it. It's like in the top corner, and it was probably supposed to be matted.
But that's the thing about that boom mic specifically is that scene has no audio.
Yeah, that and also Julie Strain is literally holding a cell phone. Like her scene is like Flip talking to thing, and it's like fucking put the mic in.
But not in that shot.
No, not in that shot.
They cut to a
Yes,
shot
I
of
know.
her a close up at.
Well, I know.
at the,
I mean, I was already like, oh, she has a thing in her hand. Why the
Yeah.
fuck is the boom mic all the way? They're just
that shot was just to
Also,
establish her
she's-
fucking tallness walking through the
She's also
airport
wearing
hangar.
like a bajillion bangly things all the
Yeah.
time. Anything could hide a lav mic. I mean, I know it'd be a nightmare of like trying to not have it jangle, but
and then wonder where it went.
right, yeah.
So
Between hair and jangly things, yeah.
Between hair and jangly things
I'm
lies
just saying that's.
The
Julie Strain's love.
I just saying in almost every scene, she had like a weird like tooth, like snake tooth or bullet belt at one point. I mean, she had all kinds of like.
I was wondering where the weird tooth thing was going.
No, she had like something that was like a tooth belt. I don't know, that's just a style. I don't think they actually are any kind of real teeth. I'm just saying.
Probably the teeth of all
yeah.
the lovers that she murdered
Probably.
with her Black Widowness. Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, not the best Sedaris.
Still pretty good.
Yeah.
So it's a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
So
Probably benefits from having not watched one for 2 years.
yes.
Coming back to it and be like, oh wow, these are fun.
Yeah, I had forgotten most of Enemy Gold, but as soon as I saw that shack, I was like, oh, okay, that one.
And they don't blow it up.
Did they blow it up in the other one?
No. But
Okay.
what I'm saying is that thing looks like a shack that's built to be blown up.
Yeah.
I think that's someone's house or.
I
some
think
kid's
you're right
fishing
too.
cabin
From
or
the
whatever.
inside, yeah, but from the outside, it looks like the fucking Evil Dead shack, where it's just like,
It's fine.
should
It
blow that
needed.
up.
It's bigger than
It
that.
needed the pine. It needed
Yes.
the pine needles taken off the roof, but otherwise,
I'm just saying, like in most movies, you see that shack and you're like, that's blowing up at the end of this movie. Nah, just that boat and Julie Strain.
Yeah. So speaking of things blowing up,
Mm-hmm.
why don't you blow up the Garfield phone? Give us a call, 910-5JOCKS-BMF, 910-556-9263. If you don't feel like talking to us, you can email us.
Which is
At
like talking.
at BMFcast.com. Yeah, it's like an older form of talking. Actually, not. It's a different form of talking.
I think talking came first.
Talking with your keyboard.
I mean, at least
The
grunting
written
was-
word was what
Emails.
started, and then
A
the
different
human
form
language
of talking.
evolved.
Right,
from
it was
there.
emails first, then pen and paper, and then people learned to
Listen,
speak.
I'm following the Sedaris timeline here for humanity.
Cave paintings,
Yes.
Right.
voicemails.
Yeah. But anyway, if you want to email us at bmfcast.com. If you want extra bonus awesome stuff, check out patreon.com/bmfcast, where we have timed exclusives. We have full exclusives. More stuff than you'll ever care about or have time for. But we will give it to you for
Yeah.
a low, low sum.
If you're bored and you have $1, holy shit, let me tell you.
Yeah, I mean, the exclusive access for the extra is like a year.
It has
It's
grown.
fucking crazy.
It's a year now. I
Yeah.
need to fix that.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You should just like make one giant zip file and catch everybody
I
up.
should be like, here, take them.
Yeah, just here you go.
Here.
Well,
just
yeah,
please.
and we got years worth of Doctor Who podcasts on there. So yeah,
And various other
and that's the thing. If
things
you're
that have started and stopped.
if you're a new subscriber, you have access to all the old stuff.
Yep.
So
Immediately.
no reason not to.
Yeah, your RSS feed will be like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
You find out what the show is that we're doing next week early. All sorts of good stuff, man.
Can vote for Bamfcast Extra?
Yeah, yeah. And hey,
Crazy.
and you know what? If times are tight, we understand. We appreciate it. Just tell a friend about the show.
Yeah, really.
You know, like
Yeah, if you
you don't
like
have
what
to,
we
you don't
do,
have to love us monetarily.
No.
You can still
But
tell
if
a
you-
friend and
yeah,
share the love.
if you were just like, hey, friend, you also like the things I like, you should listen to these guys. They're fun.
Yeah.
Or on any of the places where you listen to us, Amazon, Spotify, iTunes, any of those things. Leave us a review.
Yes.
Or hit the 5-star button or the thumbs up button or the
Yeah.
hot thermometer button or whatever
Yeah.
they got.
Or the 20 bagel bites. I don't know what
Yeah.
systems people use.
Because please push the shitty reviews on iTunes down.
Yeah.
Because we prefer the good reviews.
Did we get some more shitty reviews? Or
We've past year.
Oh, okay.
We had a couple, and some people have updated their old ones to be new. So I appreciate that from them. That helps a lot. But
like, did they make them more shitty? Oh, I'm
no,
gonna double
they
down.
just one of them calls out the people underneath who's like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" But
Okay, cool.
and I appreciate that.
Some
But
people
you know what?
just don't like politics.
If you're genuinely going to give us a 1-star review, send us a hate mail instead,
Yeah.
because we can at least have some fun going. Hey, fuck that guy. At least he emailed us, but fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still admire that one guy who sent me a private DM. I was like, I'm still going to listen to you, but fuck you. And I'm like,
Really?
All right.
Man.
Thanks, I guess. You really showed me. I'm going to keep giving you attention, but man, fuck you, buddy. I'm like, okay, you got me.
Yeah. But no, but we genuinely appreciate everyone who listens. And
Oh, absolutely.
and thank you for listening and sticking with us. And
Most people. I appreciate 99.9% of them.
No,
I
I'm
appreciate all of
gonna appreciate everyone who listens.
I appreciate everyone, even the haters.
There are probably people out there who are haters who are like, man, I hate listening to the show. But you know what? You're still listening.
but I just can't quit.
It's all right. It's all
Number
right.
goes up by 1.
I don't know how to delete the RSS feed from my podcast.
In case you're concerned or whatever, I'm not talking about you.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
It's,
You're
it's,
good.
it's the other one.
Right, yeah, that other guy. Fuck that guy.
Right. So anyway,
Uh-huh.
should we get out of
Oh,
here?
yeah, right. Sorry.
Oh, we should totally get out
Shit,
of here.
I'm off my game here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's get out of here. Yes, I already said that. I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm Chuck.
And this
This
is
is
BMFcast
BMFcast
out.
Out.
A little late. Love it.
Intentionally.
Love it.
Whatever.
Gonna need some more chalk in here. Guys, here.
Right, you are, Tiny. In the
All
next one, Julie Strain plays Willow Black.
Oh,
So she went from Black Widow to Willow Black.
Yeah.
Is it Widow Black or Willow?
Willow.
Okay.
Lame.
Is she related to the other Black Widow? But we find out that her last name actually was Black, and that's why she was called Black
I
Widow.
can't answer that. I haven't seen that.
Why don't you know
Also-
these things?
Ted Pryor is in the next one.
Oh,
What?
Star of Deadly Prey.
What?
Ted Pryor.
What?
Also Julie Strain's husband, Kevin
What?
Eastman.
I thought Ted Pryor. I didn't know she was
No,
married
no,
to
no.
Ted Pryor at some point.
I was like, is this during the Ninja Turtle guy era?
Probably, yeah.
Well, Kevin Eastman is
Yeah.
one of the co-creators of Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
Also, the man who blew up, Fu, is back as Fu.
Fu 2?
Nope. Just Fu.
Huh.
Maybe they'll have a fun explanation shot where he actually got blown away from the explosion.
He sidestepped.
Yeah, he leadied.
Or it's Fu's twin brother.
He got leadied.
Yeah. Yes. I wandered around. I didn't know who I was for like 2 years.
Yeah. So I joined up with this guy.
Help me, Dom.
Yeah. I found this Luke Evans guy, and he was like, "Yo, what's up?"
Also, Scorpion is back as a different lady.
I thought you said she didn't come back.
She doesn't come back.
Oh,
Scorpion.
Scorpion is
Yeah,
back.
it was.
The actress comes out. Okay.
Wait, I thought you did say Scorpion was one that doesn't come back.
Yeah.
The lady who plays Scorpion does not come back.
Oh, for God's
okay.
sake, Chuck.
But the character of Scorpion comes back.
Is Cobra back as
Yes.
Cobra?
Yes.
Does she get a
Julie
real
Smith as Cobra is back.
So she's still Cobra. She still does not have a last name.
Cobra.
All right.
Cobra.
That's her last name.
I get it.
Cobra. So we will get to that one. Man, BJ is going to be so lost.
Yeah. It's gonna be how we get from Confederate gold to wherever we are now.
What the hell? Who's this Cobra lady? I don't dirt.
Wow, it's like he was here.
Thanks.
That was almost as good as our Mackie impressions.
Yeah, it sounds just like me.
So accurate.
All right.
All right, let me make sure this thing's off. Here we
I'm
go.
out of here.